It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And we'll be watching the Patriots' sure-handed wide receiver. He comes in second in the NFL in touchdown receptions.
It's the Pats and the Bucs, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Here's the former Illini kicker Chase McLaughlin to get us started. And we are underway in Foxborough. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. May going to throw right away. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jamel Dean right there on the coverage. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Here's May. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
And hoping to get rid of that interception bug. 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Mayfield to throw it. He completes it right side to White. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return, and the Patriots take over. They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. Now the rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week. 14 carries, 119 yards, and the score.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
They'll throw with May. Over the middle, complete. It's Black. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback or running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the race for MVP. Now, that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
2 yards, good enough for a first. Looking to throw, May. That's complete. Demario Douglas with it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They go play action now. May. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Throwing here is May. Short pass caught by Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
From the gun, it's May. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Black. And the Patriots are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Patriots get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Evans. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. There with the tackle, Dietrich Wise Jr. Now a 2nd and 10. Mayfield now. That'll be caught by the rookie from Penn State. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Mayfield. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Patriots offense and Drake May headed back onto the field. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The tackle made back at his own 49.
Again, it's Stevenson. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To the air, May. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Here's Bryce Behringer now. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
To the sideline and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. On the return is Jones. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Patriots offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been incredible all year long. The NFL's leader in passing yards as he just recently eclipsed the 4,000-yard mark on the season. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. To throw, it's May. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bucs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. 2nd and 5. Mayfield looks to throw. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
1st down, here's White. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. To throw, Mayfield. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Devon Godshaw getting in there and dropping it.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Throwing, Mayfield. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The home team's offense and Ramondre Stevenson getting set for this next drive. And here we are in the month of December with his name sitting atop the leaders in rushing yards as the season nears its end. Strong finish here in the final stretch of games could earn him the crown. The Pats at the line ready to go. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. leading from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Here's May. He finds Douglas complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. And they go play action with May. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and it may be a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
First and 10 at the 41.
Play action. May. He finds his man complete. That's Douglas. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there. 41 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead. Sly on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bucs ready to take over once again. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle to Evans. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Yeah, boy, Mike Evans, he's in some discomfort. So we're going to stop play here as they pay attention to him. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's May. He finds his man, complete. It's Douglas. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Black. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the shotgun, May with it. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll throw with May. He finds his man, complete. That's Black. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And he's had a lot of success throwing the ball here early. You see by the numbers, he's already up over 200 yards passing. Looking to throw, May. And the pass to Henry is intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Buccaneers will take over possession here up at the 44. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Wide open receiver, complete. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Mayfield. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away. And this one is right down the middle. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit. Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the Panthers who are able to come away with the home victory. Bryce Young leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head over to the Big Easy, check on the Saints at home at the Superdome, and they trail the visiting Falcons in that one at halftime. Darnell Mooney, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Josh Allen, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. We just watched a fine first half out of this quarterback. That's Drake May. He's got 2 touchdown passes already, but he's also thrown 2 interceptions. So it was feast or famine whenever his guys had the football. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. Our two teams making their final preparations for the second half. And as they do, we send it back out to Foxborough, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out, continue to throw the ball effectively.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They go with White on the counter. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Mayfield to throw it. And this is caught by Evans. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Now Mayfield. Here's White. They set up the screen. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bucs are back within a couple of the lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because
it's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Throwing here is May. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass. So whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Mayfield now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Well, this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Pats at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And shutting him off, now open field. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. To the air, May. Over the middle, complete. It's Black. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6. To throw, it's May. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's good for 28 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Yaya Diaby. He's the one who got in there. He gets the sack. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Patriots are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
From the gun, Mayfield. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Gonzalez. He may go. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. And that pick 6, that was the first turnover forced by the defense in this ballgame, CD.
And what's even better is when they finally forced one, they kept the effort up and were able to return it for a score. They could hear their defensive coaches saying to them, hey, getting the interception's great. Can you do more with it? Turn it into a big play. And they did exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Throwing, Mayfield. This is White on the screen. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 41-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Mayfield with it once more. Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Mayfield looks to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. To throw, Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. In motion goes the tight end. And again, it's Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. They'll look to throw again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Juwan Bentley. And the Patriots force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if you picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the 1st down because in college football, the clock stops with every 1st down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 3 yards there on the 1st down pickup.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They run once more with Stevenson. And he's going to have a Patriots 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Stevenson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On the handoff, Stevenson. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's May. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll look to throw now on first down. This is caught by Evans. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. They'll set up a throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rashad White from 8 yards out. And the Buccaneers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was all finished off by a touchdown catch from Rashad White. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And that should do it. He's got a first down, and the Patriots can run it out from here. Now a run with Stevenson, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Pats, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.